Hello, I'm Mocha Mazel, and welcome to my channel, Manifesting and Healing for Black People. So, I created this channel as a means to help my folks get through some of these blocks, get through some of these steps in life, and so that we can then in turn move forward and create the lives that we want. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about why healing is necessary for Black people to thrive. And I know healing is kind of like a broad topic. There are a lot of nuances to it, a lot of conversations around it, but um, I think it is so important for us to focus on this because we have such a traumatic lineage and history that has produced into so many different ripple effects and things that really kind of just hinder our growth as individuals and in our communities and things like that. So why is healing necessary for us? And it's necessary for us as individuals, because I think if we take a step back and look at our history, our healing never has really been a center point or a center focus. And that is why we have generational to generational, and of course, like the other systematic factors in place, not discounting that or disregarding that, but as we move into more awareness and more healing and things like that, historically our folks have not ever had the opportunity to do that. We have been directed to certain things, like organized religion and different other spiritual practices and all those other methods to try and do that. But eternally, I don't think the work has not been done for a lot of us until more recent years, as we start to discuss more about mental health issues and how trauma remains stored in the body, and all these things. And again, taking that from generation to generation, never being able to deal with it, never having the tools to be able to deal with it, those things again produce circumstances for us that are not favorable in most cases. So we need to heal. All right, and again, that's going to be a myriad of things, but we need to do the eternal work to stop these curses or these traumas, generational traumas, to from proceeding into the next generation, right? So, and for us in our present time as well, yes, we need to do the work for ourselves, but as we look at the bigger picture of things, we need to do this work especially so that we can grow and move forward as people, and to stop these things from continuously manifesting um, in our kids and in our lives, right? So I will also be putting a book of recommended readings in the description. And so that is what I have come to terms with on my own manifesting and healing journey. Like, I've spent a great deal healing, and when I first started, I wasn't necessarily aware of why I just knew that I wasn't happy, my life wasn't where I wanted it to be. I was doing all the things, I was taking all the steps and I was doing all the motions, but I was like, I don't know what it is, but I know that this ain't it. I know that this is not, I don't know, something just wasn't right about it. So I started going on those journeys, started researching, trying to tap into different spiritual practices, or things that I thought would help me get in tune with myself and find myself. And I want to say that really understanding the concept of manifesting has done so much for me, like eternally, like mentally. It's helped me get resources to help others. And this looks like being able to understand when I come across anxiety in somebody because of childhood traumas that they have been oppressing, or when I know that somebody is projecting, their limiting beliefs on me because they have not been able to conceptualize life outside what has been given to them or the cards that have been played. I'm able to recognize these things better, and I'm able to, again, guide them with the proper tools and resources to get themselves in order, because I did it to get myself in order, right? Because we heal others when we heal ourselves. And that is why it's so necessary for us to do this work, because again, doing that healing work, me being able to tap into myself and not, take things personally, understand that people are projecting things onto me. They are not able to function outside of, their conditioning. Being able to recognize that and not, internalize these things, not let it get me in disarray, not let it stress me out, not let it dysregulate my nervous system, because that's what happens with us, a lot. And we, can't conceptualize life outside of that. I'm able to position myself better, or quote unquote manifest and, make, healthier choices and decisions, and sculpt the life and create the life that I desire to have. So all of these things interconnect, and they play such an important part with each other. And again, take that from, the different trajectories we've had as people, dealing with slavery, dealing with captivity, and dealing with, the Jim Crow laws, dealing with, all the stuff that we've been dealing with, for a very, 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 very long time, and not having the proper tools to heal and deal with them. We're just supposed to survive. We're just supposed to struggle. We're just supposed to strive. I'm ready for us to move, beyond that narrative and that storyline. So I think it's important for us that we start to understand, what this looks like on a bigger scale, because then we'll see what it looks like for us. So healing, it looks like a bunch of things, but I'll say I would start with, acknowledging the wounds. Like, we have to acknowledge the wounds that we are currently carrying. I think a lot of us run from them. We, suppress them, or, we just try and continuously function. I think, it's time for us, we have to acknowledge the wounds. I've had my wounds that I've had to acknowledge and probably still acknowledging. But doing that allows kind of like a weight to be lifted, and you can move forward to the next thing, which, may be working on, your self-concept and how you feel about yourself, and change, what you believe about yourself, and, shape your own identity. You get to, invest your time, your money, your resources into yourself. Make yourself feel better, again, because that creates a ripple effect to where you are able to, again, channel that good energy, that gratitude, that mindfulness, that solitude into your day-to-day and your life experiences, therefore cultivating, those things little by little. So it starts small, but again, once you get on that process, you'll get to see how it plays into the bigger picture of things. And I think that's the key, to us moving forward and just getting that freedom and liberation we deserve. And it might not be such a huge effect at first. I think if we start to do it, it will have a huge effect. But these things, freeing ourselves up from these traumas, and doing that service for those who came before us and our ancestors who never had the opportunities to just live and just be free. I think that would, again, think about all of that we dealt with in the past. If we were to stop, halt, deal with all of these stressors, traumas, triggers, coping mechanisms, all these things that we've accumulated, what would that look like for the next 400 years to come? What if we was just able to completely flip this ish on its head and change the trajectory moving forward, and in a way that we too can, experience. I think that's the key for us. I think that is the necessary processes for us. I think healing and manifesting go hand in hand, and I want to say that with Black people, we have a hard time, I think, with the concept of manifesting because of all these traumas and things that we have not been dealt with, that we have, that we haven't dealt with, and that we've carried from generation to generation. Therefore, we're not able to see, the projected future and what that could look like. So I think these things you can't, escape with one another, and with us, we have a lot of that accumulated, and we need to, start dealing with it in some fashion. I think we are starting to have those conversations, and we are starting to heal. But I think we're kind of all over the place. We're still kind of scattered, and so I think at least once we get to a point of awareness, and then start to actually tap into the concept of manifesting and understanding circumstances, and how our environment and what we think about ourselves literally, shape our identities and our lives, that we actually live in a reality. I think that would, again, just turn things around for us. And not to say that they haven't, but on a more larger scale, if we're able to do these things, and not with the focus of trying to attain, you know, trying to attain things that have been, deemed important to us by capitalism, we can actually determine what our needs are, and not what, the systems have projected our needs to be, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Okay. Yes, but that's my take on this. I think we need to heal in order to be able to cultivate the experiences that we deserve and that we want. And also, moving forward, we'll be able to help, the next generation have a better understanding of themselves and how to create the lives they want. And again, ripple effect, ripple effect, ripple effect. All right. So I'm Mocha Bazelle. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bells for this channel so you can see when I drop new content. And I'll be back. See y'all later. Have a good day and beautiful manifesting. Bye.